Hello, and welcome to the video. Today, we are just going to have a day. We're gonna have a productive day, and it's gonna be good. And I'm gonna be honest, I woke up this morning feeling a little bit like, I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but that's kind of how I felt, a little bit unsettled and just, I don't know, it happens. But it's gonna be a good day, first of all, because this is the day the Lord has made, and we are just going to choose to rejoice and be glad in it. But second of all, and third of all, and fourth of all, who knows? I got up and did some morning things and read my Bible and read a book, and it's also happy because at the beginning of the year, I set the goal. I'm gonna make my bed while we talk. At the beginning of the year, one of the goals that I set for myself was to read 24 books in the year at least. So, quick math, that's 2 books per month on average. And as of yesterday, which is the end of the first week in November, I finished my 24th book. So that's exciting. And also, it's a beautiful day. It's freezing cold. Not literally, but here in Wilmington, it is incredibly windy, and it seems like what happens is I live in Wilmington, by the way. It seems like it's hot, and then you get 1 week of this beautiful, I don't know, like 65 to 75 degree weather, like that ideal crisp autumn weather. And then it's just cold, and it's so windy. But I'm just like, dude, what about this whole autumn thing? Halloween's over, and now everyone is just like, psh, on to Christmas. And I'm here for Christmas. I'm here for the holidays. Don't get me wrong. But, for example, yesterday, Samuel, my sweet husband, and I were just walking around the mall, and it's like, what about Thanksgiving? What about this beautiful harvest season? No, there's no more autumn. Everything is Christmas. I just don't understand why it has to be that black and white. I just don't understand why we are not appreciating the season for all that it's worth. But now we're way down a rabbit hole, and I hope you enjoyed that rant. The point is, the weather and the stores seem to be in agreement that we're not doing this whole Thanksgiving autumn thing anymore. It's just boom, winter, which I disagree with. So that's okay. That's okay. It's still a good day. It's beautiful outside, even though it's cold, and hopefully you can see from the nice light here in the room. And the nice thing, I suppose, about the wintry things being in the stores is that I was able to find my favorite candle. I always feel like I say that about different candles, but I think I might be telling the truth with this one. I found my favorite candle in Home Goods the other day, and I will show you in a second, because now my home just feels and smells so homey and nostalgic and good. But yes, today we're just gonna have a productive day. I know I already said that, but my bed is made and I am up. I even put some makeup on, and I braided my hair, which means serious business, and it looks good to the front, I think. This side looks fine. This side looks a little crazy, but I don't even care at this point. So thanks for tagging along. We're gonna fold some laundry, which is the worst task, I think, of the day. We're gonna just get it out of the way, and then we're gonna do some more fun, but productive and exciting things. I'm going to show you over here the candle I was telling you about. Okay, this is it. It's the Sand and Fog Winter Pine. It smells like Christmas trees, but not artificial at all. I don't know if it's 100% scented with essential oils. That would be ideal because it doesn't have the yucky fragrances in it, but either way, it smells nice and not really artificial. Also, there's my cute little aloe that my sweet friend Elizabeth gave me. I need to put it in a proper pot, but I have not picked one out yet, so there's that. And then back to the topic of books. This is the book but I'm trying to finish, I don't know, I just kind of set this goal in addition to the one of reading 24 books, to get this book finished by the end of the year. I've just been reading little snippets. I kind of started out, wow, the light's weird behind me, that's fine. I started out just gonna read through the book, but I was having a hard time. Like I got to this point where I was just really not into it. And like if you watch my morning routine video, something that I really like to do in the mornings is just spend about 30 minutes at least reading, and it wasn't exactly a book that I felt like was helping me feel good and settled to start my day. So I stopped reading it and just kind of have, I'll post on here, just kind of have the goal to read a little bit every day or every few days, which I haven't been doing the best at, but hopefully I'll get it finished by the end of the year. I was intrigued because I thought it was gonna be, it's called Snow, and he has another book called, what is it called? I don't think it's on here. But it has like a name that's kind of, seems like it has something to do with Red Riding Hood, and I love fairy tale rewrites, especially like creepy ones, or when that's like a motif, I never know how to say that word, that comes up recurringly in a book, but this one isn't what I expected, and I don't know if I said it already, but it did, like it won a Nobel Prize and has really awesome reviews, and it's kind of a political commentary for Turkey, and it's interesting, but I think also initially it was written in Turkish and then translated, and I think maybe that contributes, is just the way things are said resonates a little bit less with me, even though it is translated to English. It's not, you know how different like languages have different expressions and different, not just expressions, but ways of conveying emotion and being expressive. So anyways, we'll see. I have about, a quarter is not focusing, but that's how much I have to get through. So, enough on that. Just adding all of my chicken bones and vegetable pieces into a big pot. Like I said, there's some broccoli. I had this in the freezer, but I just took it out this morning so it would thaw at least a little bit, and not take as long to boil. Asparagus ends that were snapped off. I think I have some cilantro stems in here as well. And I have leeks, which should add good flavor. Whoa, okay, we gotta make it fit. And then mushroom pieces, which if you're doing, I actually haven't done this before, but if you are doing just a veggie broth, I have been told that putting mushroom ends in it is a great way to add that umami flavor and like a certain depth that you don't always get with just veggie broth. And then the only thing I'm adding that's not just scraps is some garlic, which I just crushed with my fist, and I might crush a little more. You add the stems as well, or not the stems, what's this called? The skin, thank you. My helper. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, it's a good bit later, and I've just been getting some random things done around the house. Have some Earl Grey, of course, and I'm getting ready to run some errands, hence why I am all wrapped up in my cozy jacket coat thing here. And I didn't really intend to do this, but I just want to sit down and talk for a minute because, like I was saying earlier, I've been having one of those days where I just woke up kind of, I guess, on the wrong side of the bed, feeling wacky, feeling unsettled, and not knowing why. And as I said earlier, I've been trying to be really intentional about getting myself out of that and doing what I need to do to have a good day. And it is a good day. I am a strong believer that, like our perspective in that way dictates our reality. And if we're choosing to have a good day and to cast that light on it, then that's what we'll have even when things get hard and things get bumpy for whatever reason. But nonetheless, it still has just been one of those days that have been difficult, especially mentally and emotionally. And the thing that specifically comes into play, especially anytime I pick up the camera and start recording myself, is my tendency towards perfectionism and being overly critical of myself. I realize that perfectionism is both a pride issue and an insecurity issue, where I guess I'm the type of person where when it comes to anything, but especially when it comes to a conversation, I rehearse that conversation 1,000 times in my head before having it. If there's any sort of conflict especially, or if it's something that's important to me, or something that I think could create tension. It's funny, my roommates in college, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but there have been times, I will say, where I'll get really worked up about something, like a conversation I need to have, thinking that someone's going to be upset with me for mentioning it, and made this big deal about it, and then it's like, it's been nothing. But anyway, that perfectionistic, super rehearsal like tendency, even though I want it to be candid, and my whole hope with this and my whole reason for like wanting to make videos is to just share the things I'm passionate about and be candid. I feel like the moment I pull out the camera, that tendency towards perfectionism is magnified 1,000%. And today, what happened today is I was looking back on some video and getting frustrated with the way that I was sounding, the way I was saying things, and the way I was looking at certain angles. Samuel came and was trying to help me out and help me feel better. And what I really wanted to share, and what I hope might encourage someone else, is just what he pointed me to, which is this scripture. It's Romans 8, and it starts at verse 31. What then shall we say about these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Indeed, he who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for all of us, how will he not also, together with him, freely give us all things? Who will bring charges against God's elect? God is the one who justifies. Who is the one who condemns? Christ is the one who died, and more than that, who was raised, who is also at the right hand of God, who also intercedes for us, who will separate us from the love of Christ. Who will separate us from the love of Christ? Will affliction or distress or persecution or hunger or lack of sufficient clothing or danger or the sword, just as it is written? On account that you were being put to death the whole day long, we are considered sheep for slaughter. No, but in these things we will prevail completely through the one that loved us. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, nor angels nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor any other thing created will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ our Lord. I think that applies to anyone, whether or not you necessarily realize it, because you are so loved, and we're so intentionally put together. And that's where Samuel was coming at, from like pointing me towards this today, is just that you are loved so much. I am loved so much by someone so much bigger than myself, and by someone who like very thoughtfully and intentionally put me together and designed me. So why should I be able to stand here and like pick myself apart? And who am I to be so critical of myself when I am seen as so beautiful and so loved and so not perfect on my own, but perfected through Christ, by the one who put me together at the beginning. Okay, enough of that. We're gonna move on now, and I guess kind of going back to something I was mentioning at the beginning of the video in terms of books. Another goal that I set for myself, I guess kind of revisiting some goals that I set at the beginning of 2021. Another goal that I set for myself was to live less in excess, and to like let go of things that I don't need anymore. And that's something that I think I'm pretty good at doing for the most part, but I just wanted to be even better about. And over the last couple weeks, as I've been transitioning to more winter clothing, I've been thinking about things over like from the summer that I don't need and that I can get rid of. So I'm just gonna pull out a few things from my closet, and then when I'm running some errands, I'm gonna drop those off. There's an awesome place called the Fairy Circle here. If you live in Wilmington, go check it out. They have great secondhand clothing and a great program where you can sell your old secondhand, that's redundant, but a great program where you can sell some of your old clothes and either get store credit or cash for it. So let's do that. It's about 4:30 now, and I just got back home from running my errands. Took all my groceries out and put them on the counter. Gotta put those away. I thought I would show you kind of what I got. I got some veggies mainly for the week ahead. So I have some sweet potatoes, cauliflower, lemons, a red pepper for a super yummy Greek meal I'm going to make, cucumber, tofu. In a couple nights I'm gonna make, it's tofu tikka masala, which is the recipe from Rainbow Plant Life that I'm gonna try. So I'm very excited for that one. Of course, the French green beans from Trader Joe's. Those things are the best. If you have not, I'll show you. If you have never tried these, get them. It's like $1.99, and I just like to cook them up frozen. I start with them frozen, throw them into a little pan with some olive oil and garlic, and they're wonderful with roast chicken and potatoes or braised pork, anything like that. Got some eggs, got a little bit of raw milk cheddar cheese, some really yummy crackers. These are multigrain crackers, and just a little bit of red wine. And then lastly, I stopped by Ulta initially. They did not have what I wanted, so I went over to Whole Foods because I have had a lot of luck with them when it comes to like clean beauty recently. And sure enough, I was able to find this mascara. It doesn't have any of the heavy metals, parabens, nasty ingredients that a lot of mascara has, and I've been learning so much about that recently. It's like, yeah, you do not want to be putting that on your face. But I was able to get a good deal on this, which also made me happy. It was like 15 bucks. The brand is Mineral Fusion, which I have not tried before, but I thought it was worth a try, and so I got it. But that's it. Like I said, I'm all hunched over. This is kind of weird, but that's okay. I'm gonna get down here. Like I said before, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off so that I can make dinner, get some work done, and just have a relaxing evening. So again, thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot, especially if you made it this far. I'm gonna stand up because now I feel weird being down so low. Thank you for sticking around and me throwing things. Please let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see, because I do want this to go kind of both ways, if that makes any sense, rather than just me pointlessly talking to a camera. But yeah. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That would be so helpful. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night or whatever time of day it is. Until next time.